Happy birthdays as well. You always find the latest courtyard permanent solution. Out of the box.
Hello and welcome to Radio Waves by Todderbert. If you enjoy reviews, comparisons, band scans of new and classic portable radios, then make sure to subscribe and tap the bell icon so you don't miss any of my most excellent videos. In front of us is the C.Crane CC Skywave SSB 2. This is an AM/FM stereo airband weather alert shortwave single sideband radio. During this video, perform an evening AM band scan to hear what we can hear in the Chicagoland area. Be kind of interesting. First we'll go over features, second I'll do a size comparison, and third we'll start cruising the evening band. So here we are with the little compact C.Crane CC Skywave SSB 2. This thing is amazing, has a lot of features, which we're going to go over. So, price-wise, these in the past have been anywhere from $179 to $199. Check with ccrane.com for current pricing. I'll have links down below in the paid link section too as well. Going to the left-hand side, we have a carry strap. We have an antenna input, which is new for the SSB 2 model. Headphone jack for FM stereo listening. Actually, this radio excels on headphone listening. We have micro USB in for charging nickel metal hydride batteries. Going to the front of the radio, see C.Crane, we got the speaker here, 1.5 inch. It's rather on the tinny side, but it is legible, and it's not bad. Our title here, then we got our display, which is showing the clock, which is 11:31 p.m. That's Central Daylight Time. I'm near Chicago, Illinois, USA, and it's the middle of March 2025. Battery life indicator, you get the light button here. Stays on for 10 seconds. As you can see, it's got a high contrast display. Loving that. Now when it's on, of course, it'll show frequency, a signal strength meter, what band you're on. Yeah, some extra information for us. As you can see, the bands it covers, AM, FM, weather, air, shortwave, single sideband. Looking at all these buttons. I'm going to use a pen here, make it easier. On the left-hand side, we have a weather, shortwave, airband dedicated button. Below that, we have a single sideband button. So when you hear a ham radio operator or duck sound on the shortwave, hit single sideband and start tuning until you hear them normal. And above that, you'll see there's extra features on each button. When the power's off, typically those are put into play. I can change the time from a 12-hour format to 24-hour format. Right now we're in 12-hour format. Just press and hold, and it'll go 24-hour. That's pretty nice. Down here, we have upper sideband, lower sideband. So once you're in the sideband mode, you can toggle between upper and lower. Typically above 10 megahertz is upper, and below 10 megahertz is lower, on average. There are a few exceptions. Down here, we have fine-tuning. So once you have the ham radio operator, you can fine-tune him if he doesn't sound quite proper, like it's too high or too low pitched of a sound. You hit the fine-tuning button, and you can tune in 10 hertz steps. Real fine-tuning, which is nice. And of course, when the power's off, you can set your alarm from this button as well. The mirror keypad to direct back to frequencies. Hit the frequency button, put the frequency in, hit frequency again on shortwave. I believe on AM and FM, you just type the frequency in and it goes right to it. Down here we have bandwidth button for shortwave and medium wave. It's really nice. For medium wave, we have 6, 4, 3, 2, and 1. If sideband is engaged, then we have some extras too as well. Above it says charge. When the power is off, you initiate the charge function by pressing and holding that button. Only do that if you have nickel metal hydride batteries installed. Makes sense, right? Yep. As you see on number 5 here, we have an icon for wake to radio or alarm. And down here on 0, you can see it says 9 kilohertz, 10 kilohertz. Change our medium wave stepping if you're traveling. Meter band button. I'll hit this to toggle different meter bands for the shortwave. And press and hold while you're in shortwave. It'll start to scan the current meter band you're in only. That's a nice feature. Something I learned about fairly recent. Stereo button as a stereo function in FM. So if you're in an FM band and you're using just the speaker here, I recommend turning stereo off if it shows it's engaged. Frequency button like I mentioned. Page function. Now this is cool. This radio has 100 presets per band, so you get 400 total. So 100 on AM, FM, airband, shortwave. So you get 400 total, which is quite a bit. That's enough for me. I don't know about you, but it's enough. So you hit the page button, pick a page 0 through 9, and then you have 10 presets per page. That's how that works. I actually like this. So like page 1 could be my favorite page. On AM, I could have my favorite locals all on that. Now page 2 could be my favorite daytime. Page 3 could be my favorite nighttime. You get the idea, right? It's a good way to structure it. The tone control on the same button, so we got music or voice. Below it, we have the light function that turned on the light for 10 seconds. And above it says ATS. I believe it's auto tuning system. So what you do is you press and hold that, and of course it scans the band and saves any presets it finds. Something to keep in mind if you like auto searching and saving. I tend to do that in shortwave. It helps. Down here we have a lock button. It does what it says, except it has one extra feature. While the radio is on, if you tap this, it'll show you the time. And I might do that during the band scan where you tap this and it goes to frequency and shows the time. There are some hidden functions here. 3 disables the beep. A lot of people don't like it. I don't like it. So while the power's off, press and hold 3 turns the beep on or off. And I believe on 4, toggles clock or frequency to be displayed while the radio is on. Well, that's pretty important. Some people like to see the clock when the radio is on. I like to see the frequency. Most like to see the frequency. So I have it on frequency mode. But you can toggle here while the power is off by pressing 4. Awesome. Power button, sleep function. Here we have a dedicated AM/FM band button with an extra alert function, so you can initiate an alert from the radio off or whatever band you're on. If you're on the weather band, press and hold weather alert and it'll engage it, and you can engage it for a certain amount of time as well. Up and down incremental tuning controls, very handy. So you can press up, press down for incremental. You can press and release for seek tuning, and you can press and hold for continuous tuning. Yes, it has continuous tuning. It does not stop when it finds a station. It continues on to where you want to be, then you let go. That's a nice thing to have. Right inside the radio, we have the volume control and our tuning knob. Now our tuning knob is notched, which is okay. And then when you press in, you can toggle fast and slow tuning modes, and of course, airband squelch control. Top of the radio, got a nice flush fitting antenna there. That's 21.5 inches. Of course, it pivots here, so you can have it sitting up on the table here with its stand in the back. So on the back, we do have a kick-out stand, which is nice. And as you can see on this kick-out stand, we have frequencies displayed: FM, AM, weather, airband, shortwave. Complete coverage for shortwave, by the way. Then you flip that up, you'll see the available bandwidths for AM, shortwave, and the airband. Very nice. Close that down. And behind the battery compartment here, we have 2 AA batteries. Yep, runs on standard batteries. That's pretty nice. So you can put nickel metal hydrides and charge them, or you can just run simple alkalines. I think I run alkalines in mine mainly. All right, great. So size comparison, and we'll get starting the band. So let's get this up. I always bring out its brother, the CC Pocket, just so you can see the size. There's a lot in this package. I mean, you're getting quite a bit for the money. I mean, it's a premium radio, but boy, you get quite a bit for its compact nature. When I say compact, here's a good example. So, I mean, there's competition in the marketplace, and the big one is this one here, the D808. And everybody will agree that it's definitely the competition. But as you see here, it's much larger. Sure, the speaker's going to sound better because it's the 3-inch variety. Yes, but this is more compact. It runs on standard AA batteries. This runs on a 18650, which I'm a fan of. I do like it. But over time, I've noticed, it uses the battery quicker than this one does. They tune very similar. And as far as reception goes, they're pretty identical. This one may have an edge in medium wave reception just because it has a larger antenna, because of its larger cabinet size. But this is definitely a little harder to put in your pocket or carry with you. So there you go. And if you don't have those, we have Iron Man. He's the man with the master plan. He loves C.Crane radios from California land. Gold Rush land. They should be gold. They should do a gold edition. I'd buy it. 1849 edition. That's what I want. Let's bring this back on down. All right, so let's go turn it on. It's our cruising evening band. So again, Chicagoland area, current time 11:38 p.m. Central Standard Time. Yeah, northwest suburb. Cardinal directions north, east, south, west. And of course, I have to move the radio to tune-in stations. Let's go turn this on here. So we're greeted with what I told you. Band we're on AM, frequency, voice or music mode, tuning speed, fast or slow will show up here, and then we have a signal strength indicator that shows up to a 9 strength, which is nice. All right, let's go ahead and tune. I heard a little music there, and that's Cuba. and picking up some RFI. I don't know if it's from the camera or something. I don't know what it's from. Trying to figure it out. Must be something. But this is our music from Cuba, which is 1,700 miles to the southeast in the Caribbean. Okay, keep going.
Send out videos, but we need people in the streets. We need protests, not 3 months from now. We need as big a protest as we can possibly muster.
Here's 540 WAUK Jackson, Wisconsin, 70 miles to the north, 400 watts. Now, of course, when you're using a radio, it has an internal ferrite antenna, and it can be pointed either the opposite direction or the direction where the station's at, so it works in two directions. It's bidirectional. Okay, so we're pointing to the south even though we're picking up northern stations. It can be an issue sometimes if you have a strong station here and a strong station here. It's difficult. Okay, let's go ahead and keep going. Here's 550 KTRS, St. Louis, Missouri, 275 miles, 5,000 watts to the southwest.
That's the way it works now. And so they have access to wonderful quality windows.
Hoping that they'll just go away silently, and no one will ever know that they...
Well, they're definitely on cancellation.
Here's 560 WIND, Chicago, The Answer, right-wing station.
Cancellation watch as the Senate Minority Leader. Just like all these late-night comedy shows, they're on official cancellation watch, too.
Y'all have come after me for a long time. You can make it up for me right now. Hey, baby.
No. I put a end on that a long time ago. All right, open phones here at 888-825-5222.
I gotta bring it up a little bit so you can see all the buttons still. This is 620 WTMJ, Milwaukee, Wisconsin, 52 miles to the north, 10,000 watts. Yeah, this is pretty neat. So if I hit the time button, which is the lock, tap it, brings the time, leave it sit for 10 seconds to go back, or you can hit it again to go back. So you can toggle it quickly, or leave it. Nice.
So your income is irrelevant.
Okay, I thought that was country for a second, but nope. This is KYFI, St. Louis, Missouri, 275 miles, 5,000 watts. We're picking up St. Louis in this direction because I told you it was that way, but it will still pick it up in this direction. It's not too far away from its point of origin. If it was here, it might not pick it up. But if I go here and CFCO is coming in, it tends to override St. Louis, so I have to turn this to get St. Louis coming in. Very cool.
Together, North positioned President Trump in a different light. Remember, this is the same guys who publicly and enthusiastically, to use Levitt's word, enthusiastically chose to cheat to win.
So I think this is WMFN, Peatone, Illinois, 75 miles, 1,600 watts, Black Information Network.
Does, however, further cloud the discussion.
Coffee, Country, and Cody, presented by Puckett's Restaurant and Hemisphere Coffee Roasters.
Hey, it's Charlie Matos on the Tuesday show. We'll rewind to the stage of the Grand Ole Opry. More highlight moments from this weekend's Opry 100 shows. New music.
Here's WSM 650, Nashville, Tennessee, 434 miles south.
Native and rising star Jordana Bryant.
Your radio home for the Opry.
Advised me to keep my current mortgage because of my low rate.
Now, 660, I don't think it's coming in good, but let's see. Sometimes just tuning backwards a little bit will get you away from that offending station, like 1 or 2 kilohertz, and you'll still be able to pick up that station on 660. I hear somebody. It's not very legible, though, unfortunately.
Winkler Show. I am Bart Winkler. The brand new
670 WSCR Chicago, home of the Cubs.
ISN 888-710-4476. One quick note, the college basketball crown I was
Profile, presented by Rockin Waste and Recycling done right. Also brought to you by Delato's Pizza.
700 WLW Cincinnati, Ohio, 300 miles to the east.
Hunter
Green emerged as a legitimate staff ace last season. To saving, we are here to support your journey. Visit msufcu.org or stop by a branch today. Federally insured by NCUA.
Are your windows leaky and inefficient?
720 WGN Chicago.
Call Next Door and Window. Next Door and Window install.
Come on now. Up on your feet.
740 CFZM Zoomer Radio. Excuse me, Toronto, Ontario, 460 miles to the northeast.
Obviously, there's still a lot of moving parts here, right? But the call is scheduled to happen tomorrow.
WSB Atlanta, Georgia, 630 miles to the southeast.
So they've discussed, quote, land, power plants, and divvying up.
If you're one of the mullahs now, you're sitting in Iran, you're in Tehran, and what have you seen in the last?
Here's WGR, Detroit, Michigan, 270 miles to the east.
Defense batteries. So Iran
started it. I used to work with them, where one of them was the assistant news director, and he told me that they were trying. His first name was
WABC 770, New York City, New York, 750 miles to the northeast.
Trying to get black viewers. This is when this MSNBC thing started.
White Sox 3-0 in Arizona. Tuesday night, the nation begins turning its eyes to the NCAA basketball tournament. Brad Underwood's Fighting Illini don't find out who they play until after Wednesday's play-in games and won't play their round one game till Friday. So
Strong Station sounds a little bit better, a little wider signal there. 4-6 one's music.
There's no tomorrow.
WBBM News Radio, Chicago. We have Old Time Radio Monday through Friday, 12 a.m. to 1 a.m. Central Standard Time. So check it out.
You've got to have an unrelenting will to win. There's no...
Go to foxsports.com for details. What's your
We're getting music and Fox Sports. That's interesting. Cool. So 800 here is CKLW, Windsor, Ontario, 270 miles northeast. I think we're on WGY, Albany, New York, 740 miles.
So if you look at all this, he's cutting everything except the military. And that's not because he needs them overseas.
Here's WHAS, Louisville, Kentucky. We are southeast, 300 miles.
Just hypothetically should assume...
Ground zero.
Okay. Joe Blow accountants make...
Oui, il s'agit de danse, puis chaque soir, en fait, c'est différent. Hein? Donc, c'est des représentations qui vont...
CJBC, Toronto, Ontario.
Et donc, chaque soir, il y a des élus différents qui sont sur la scène et qui présentent des numéros. Le gagnant va remporter une somme d'argent et une carte.
Our number, that is right, and I'm glad that you were able to dial 888-710-4ISN. That's right, you dialed...
So here's 870, WWL, New Orleans, Louisiana, 865 miles south.
Sports Network. Anyway, what I'd like to say is, I mean, it was right.
Beach, as Jimmy
Butler makes his first return with the Golden State Warriors to visit the Miami Heat next Monday.
So here's WHSQ. This is coming out of New York City, New York.
Corey Alexander, producer Owen Murphy.
750 miles.
I'm Mark Kestisher. That'll do it from Chase Center. Let's go to Jim Baspel in the studio with the postgame show.
All right, Cassie, Corey, thanks so much. This is why you play the games, right? Denver without their top two players.
All right, it is.
Sure, go ahead.
So my family has lived on the same land for about 5 generations.
Here's 890 WLS, Chicago.
Right on the side of a mountain. And my grandfather used...
Got some good music playing at 940 WFAW for Atkinson, Wisconsin. That's pretty cool because it comes in nice and strong at night. I really enjoy that. If you live in my area, you know what I'm talking about. It's cool.
SIU Edwardsville. That is one of them. All right. I'm on St. John's. Very good. Oh, they used to have a football team. Maybe not anymore. Yeah, St. John's used to have a football team.
I think this is KMBZ, Kansas City, Missouri, 490 miles, 5,000 watts.
Thanks. Make this your year. Take the free career evaluation now at My Computer Career.
1000 WMVP, Chicago. Sports Radio.
Drain in your bathroom. Water in the sink's overstaying its welcome. You're spitting today's toothpaste sometimes.
You agree with a lot of the discourse going on in the media. I also don't know how to school.
Here's KDKA, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, 450 miles to the east.
That we've lived on for generations. I mean,
well, I'll tell you this, Braden. I know that I can tell you I've had some brutal...
Know how that all panned out.
He said that he wanted to spend the rest of his life in Ireland because that's what God...
WHO, Des Moines, Iowa, 280 miles east. I'm sorry, west. Other west.
It definitely does. And there is global warming and there is global cooling. Right lane. And the 35 pass right around 113, that's down the 1 lane for sinkhole repair. In New Jersey, the 42 freeway, both directions across Kane Highway. Yeah, right lane construction, that clears out around 5 o'clock this morning. Next update in less than 10 minutes. I'm Jim Hubmaster.
And now the AccuWeather forecast going down to a low of 31 overnight in Center City. Our Tuesday, mild.
KYW, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, 700 miles.
On Tuesday night, clearing up, low of 39. On Wednesday, mild, times of clouds and...
Too much, but I guess I just wanted some verification that I'm...
It should be Little Rock, Arkansas, 570 miles to the south. I always get flagged for not stopping on 1090, so I'm stopping on it.
Yeah, well, you think you're going to be part-time. That's what you find now.
1100 WTAM, Cleveland, Ohio, 345 miles to the east.
You'll see, by the time you get 69, 70, 71, you're going to start all over again.
To be a Democrat in the year 2025 means you have found new ways to blood suck money out.
I think this is KFAB, Omaha, Nebraska, 405 miles.
How many times have I...
Needs as a daughter. A few days later, I had to leave and return home, but after that...
KMOX, St. Louis, Missouri.
To call him regularly and to send him letters and even gifts.
That's how I feel. When I feel like a brick hitting me, it's almost like a warning.
So WRVA, Richmond, Virginia, 665 miles east. Now, just so you know, some people know this, some people don't, but the single sideband 2 radio When it first came out a few years back, it was plagued by some noise issues with speaker hiss and popping, clicking when you're using headphones. That's all gone. And I found out it's been gone since the middle of 2023. So there's that. So if you're looking to buy one of these, snap it up off Amazon. No problem. You're going to get a great radio. No hissing, no popping. If you've heard that issue before. When I originally got the radio, when it first came out, it had those problems. And I just compared it to the original SSB and told everybody the original was the way to go. But now with the 2 is the way to go. Definitely.
Because, yes, I live at a home.
Like I said, WRVA, Richmond, Virginia, 665 miles east.
I'm in my late 60s, so yes, I've been here right by Cape. And our email, letters@gty.org. And the phone number.
At the point the right way. This is WYLL Chicago, Hope for Your Life, Christian Radio.
John's current study, The Road to Nowhere. It's available free.
Gas-powered cars anymore after 2032, which now Trump has repealed. But just listen to the first line of this story.
So here's 1180 Wham, Rochester, New York, 545 miles.
As the adoption of cleaner burning engines in electric vehicles drives fossil fuel emissions lower, scientists have discovered that a surprising pollution source is playing a significant role in cooking up ozone in the air over Los Angeles.
Are you kidding? I don't get a stimulus. Well, we will always have
Plans place for a dramatic transformation in a mere one day. So visit PIDentalCenter.com.
Here's WPHT, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, 700 miles.
Get ready to hit it out of the park.
Now I'm going to go a little quicker up the band, between 1200 and 1500. So called the graveyard part of the band. There's a lot of lower power stations competing with each other. There's a lot you can find, but you have to spend a lot of time. Yeah, gold. After making this video, gold was over 3,000 or hit 3,000. Pretty amazing.
You're going to like these folks. The whole family works in the business. You're going to get customer service.
Here's WLAC, Nashville, Tennessee, 434 miles to the south.
About,
I think they can answer here, Mike. Sorry, we're up against...
And to unfold. What's inside a black hole? Black holes could be a consequence of the way we understand the universe.
Well, we have answers for you in the new podcast, Science Stuff. Join me, Jorge Cham, as we answer questions about animals, space, our brains, and our bodies. Listen to Science Stuff on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Open your free iHeart Radio app, search Science Stuff, and listen now.
From the ESPN 15.
Science Stuff. Yeah, I like that. Cincinnati, Ohio, 300 miles. This is WCKY, usually sports jamming.
Ovarian cancer is devastating and
watching and listening to those interviews where we try never to use cliche.
Picking up KXEL, Waterloo, Iowa, 210 miles.
Where Iowa comes to talk. News Talk 1540 KXEL. Waterloo, Cedar Falls, Cedar Rapids.
Can't hover on that, believe it or not. CHHA, Toronto, Ontario. Well, that's coming in clear. WPTX, Lexington Park, Maryland. 685 miles, adult contemporary music. Nice. Usually mixing stations here. Sports station KBGG, Des Moines, Iowa, 280 miles. And then we have a Hispanic station out of the Southwest, KKLF, Richardson, Texas, 790 miles. There we go. I love this part. When you power it off, it has a nice soft off. Kind of mutes out and goes away. Cool. So there we are. I got in before Coast to Coast started. That's why I kept checking the time. I'm like, when's Coast to Coast going to start? Usually it starts around 12:03 or 12:04. Yeah, rocked out. So hope you enjoyed this video of the evening medium wave band scan, the Chicagoland area. These are great radios. A lot of fun. Yeah, I like the raised buttons, by the way, too. These feel really good using them. The Skywave 2... Where did I got one of those? Yeah, I got the original Skywave 2. This is a newer one. But the buttons are a lot more flush, so they're a little harder to push. It's a more economical radio. It doesn't quite have, full coverage or single sideband anywhere. It's still a great little radio, though. Still has the same inputs on the left-hand side. But, yeah, I prefer the buttons on here by far. When you're buying something, you're already getting your money's worth. I mean, these are a lot nicer to use. That's for sure. And then, yeah, one other thing I forgot to mention. I don't know if I did with these incremental tuning controls. When you're in an airband, this is a 10-channel scanner. You just click those like that, and then it'll start scanning the 10 presets on your first page or whatever page you pick to be on. It'll scan those 10 airband frequencies, and then it'll stop when it gets a transmission. I think that's a pretty neat feature. So, forgot to mention it, but here at the end of the video, if you made it and you're diehards and you love this radio, you got some extra info. Yeah. Or you watched the original review anyway. So there we are, C.Crane Skywave SSB 2, evening medium wave band scan. Hope you enjoyed it. 2, if you like these videos, subscribe to the bell icon, get notified of future videos. And 3, comment down below what you think about the single sideband 2 now that the audio issues are fixed. Is this something you think you'd pick up? 2 AA batteries, giving it about 65-hour runtime. Not bad at all. So definitely a worthy investment. For on the go, it's fantastic as well. Pack a pair of headphones with it, and you're set for anything. You'll be able to pick up everybody. And if you even can pack a 20-foot wire for your shortwave coverage, even better. You'll be able to pick up ham radio operators all over the world. That's a really neat thing. So yeah, there you go. All right, yeah, I'd like to read your comments. Definitely write down below what you think. All right, thanks for watching, and we'll see you in my next awesome video.